You're listening to Brunch with me, Noreen Mayer, on this Wednesday morning. Wow, what a morning it's been. So in the next 15 minutes or so, we're chatting about adapting back to school life. Now, as schools have resumed, we're turning to an important topic of supporting the emotional and social needs of our children. We all know that an optimum mindset is really important, one that's not clouded with stress and anxiety. So to talk about this, I'm really delighted to be chatting with Jasmine Chan, a program officer of school communication and the delivery department from Just Feel, which is a local group that provides social and emotional support to students and to teachers, along with Miss Amy Young, who is a teacher representative, to share more about supporting the emotional well-being in education. Welcome to the program, ladies. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having us, Noreen. Good morning, everybody. I am Jasmine from Just Feel.
Hello, good morning, everybody. I'm Amy Yuan from local primary school.
Excellent. And I'm so sorry for the delay. We've had some technical issues, but now we're all here. So maybe, Jasmine, I'll start off with you first. Explain a little bit more about the work you do at Just Feel, and also, give us an outline of this new adaptation, this Adapting Back to School Life program.
Sure. So Just Feel is a registered charitable organization that works on transforming the communication cultures in schools and in families. So what we're trying to do is to enhance emotional well-being of students. And what we do is we try to empower parents and educators to nurture the next generation on embracing compassionate communication. So what actually we do is that, especially for the start of the school year, we provide school-based hardware support, for example, posters and feelings wheel to students to use for them to develop the habit of becoming aware of their emotions as well as expressing their emotions so that, they can regulate themselves better. And then we also provide curriculums for them. So we've got 2 curriculums in total, and I'm proud to say that we've got one is the social emotional learning curriculum. We've developed over 80 lessons in the past 5 years. And then we've got the other one, which is called the relationship building curriculum. And we've got over 9 lessons for every form. So our curriculum covers from P1 to P6. And that for the relationship building curriculums, they are led by class teachers. And the purpose of these lessons are to foster the bonding between students and teachers, as well as because the whole curriculum is designed according to the development of the school year. So for school start, actually we've got 4 lessons targeting the school adaptation, where we try to, through games, we try to raise students' awareness and the interest in social emotional learning, as well as we're trying to, through games, try to create a safe space for them to start exploring their feelings and develop the habits of expressing. For teachers, we actually have designed a motivational card for teachers just to ask them to check in with themselves, as we cannot really reach all of our 24 partner schools this year at the very beginning. So that's what we have tried to do so far.
Yeah, and I'd like to also mention we are live this morning on Facebook. So if you'd like to see Jasmine and also Miss Young, hop onto Facebook, Noreen Mayer on RTHK Radio 3. You'll be able to see and hear them this morning. So of course, part of the other equation of students is also teachers, which is why I want to also bring in Miss Amy Young into this discussion. Before we talk about the feelings of teachers, from your observation, what are some of the range of emotions that you see within your students, Miss Young?
After starting school, students are quite excited. I can say they're really excited to coming back to school because they really want to see their classmates. They want to chat with their classmates. Some P6 student told me that, I'm so happy to be in the school now because they can talk to their friends, chat with their friends. And then some P6 students still feel a bit nervous about their exam because they are going to have exams really fast in November. That's why the school wants to help students to give them some places to express their feelings. We want them to show their feelings to others, not just inside their heart and then keep feeling nervous. We want to speak out their feelings. So we have been working with Just Feel for 2 years already, and this is our 3rd year. And then we're still using some tools to get provided by Just Feel, like the feelings wheel. We put them on the board of each classroom, as you the Facebook maybe can see that. We put them on at the back of each classroom, so the students can every day they go into the classroom, they can just take a sticker to show that, oh, how do they feel today? And then other students can see that, teachers can see that, and then teachers may choose one of students to express their feelings and give them a habit to regularly to speak out their feeling. I think it is a good tool for students.
Absolutely.
And we also,
Go on.
we also use cards. Yeah, we use the cards provided by the feeling cards, the need cards provided by the Just Feel. So today I can also say that I'm so excited. I can show the cards. I'm so excited because I can stay here and talk with Noreen and then experience. Yeah, the cards are really important and really a useful card for students to speak out their feelings, because they do not have much vocabulary about feelings. Especially how do you feel today? They may just say, oh, I'm happy or I'm sad. They do not have much vocabulary, but with the cards, they can pick up the cards and then actually they know the word. They don't know how, just don't have the word immediately in their mind. But with the cards, they can just get it and then show teachers, show classmates, oh, how I feel today. So this is a useful tool for everybody to know each other.
I think you hit the nail right on the head. It's true. Even not just children, but even adults sometimes don't have the vocabulary to express themselves. So it's so handy to have that deck of cards to really show. And how do the students respond to each other when somebody says they're excited or frustrated or anxious? How does that sort of foster empathy? How do they respond to each other?
Actually, some students may ask why. Oh, why do you feel so sad? Why do you feel so happy? Can you tell me more? What happened to you? So, and then the others will keep talking. Oh, what happened to me today? And then they can start a conversation. Actually, this is kind of a relationship building. They help to know each other. They build relationship. After that, they may have a sense of belonging in the school. This is what school value this year. We really want to help students to build a sense of belonging at the school and help build a sense of safety at the school to feel free to express their feeling, to know each other.
Let's also talk about the feelings of teachers, because, you know, apart from the parents and the caregivers, teachers are really the closest to our children. What are some of the feelings or the range of emotions that teachers have been feeling? I know that here in Hong Kong, teachers work extraordinarily hard to keep our children safe and just really hardworking. And we've really had a lot of changes through the pandemic. So what are some of the feelings that teachers have been feeling?
Actually, teachers are feeling quite stressed, actually, because there are many changes. Full days, school days, and then sometimes half days, and keep changing their schedules, curriculums. So many things they have to face. They really feel stressed. But I think Just Feel also, we have using Just Feel the materials for 2 years. And our school, the teachers, they really have a stance to speak out, oh, I really feel happy or stressed. And then sometimes they'll tell me, oh, connections before solutions. Sometimes they use the slogans from Just Feel. And then, it's kind of a sense, they have the sense to aware themselves. I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, Jasmine, what's your observation and working along with the teachers? How do you help them and what do you see them going through?
Right. So actually, I've done a few lesson preparation sessions with teachers from different school. And just as Amy said, like most of them are quite stressed, worried, and anxious about the start of the school year because, it's a, full day school resumption. It's happening for the whole year, not half a year. So it's quite stressful. And actually, I've been a teacher before, and I've counted actually. Teachers normally work for 12 to 14 hours per day. So what they do is really heavy workload, and I guess because on top of all the administrative work, the teaching work, the grading, the workbooks, and they also have to take care of the students, take care of the emotional demands. So I think it's quite exhausting. Like it was the second day, school day, when I met the teachers, and they were already, looking so exhausted. But I guess what we could do, because I was reflecting, so as Just Feel, what we could do with them when we meet them. So what we are trying to do is to check in with them every time when we see them, and to actually give them, because they always create a space in school for students to speak, right? So I think Just Feel's role, one of the things that we are trying to do is to also develop teachers' habit in expressing themselves. So we actually we leave, although the time is so tight for lesson preparation, but we leave 5 to 10 minutes for every teacher to, speak up, to express themselves before the main thing begins.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. It is so stressful and it's long hours as well. And sometimes it's sort of self-care. You've got to care for yourself before you can really care for others. Unfortunately, the workload just sort of piles up a little bit. I want to talk a little bit more about some of the challenges for students in adapting back to school. So we talked about some of the feelings that they felt, but what sorts of challenges have you seen the last few days? Well, the typhoon has been one of them, but also exams, because children here in Hong Kong sort of face exams and tests very soon. What sorts of challenges do you see? Maybe Miss Young, I'll start off with you first.
I think for P1, P2 students, they have to, they come back to school. That is a change of their life, their habits.
Kindergarten,
Yes, they get up really early, and then yesterday one of the students fell asleep during the assembly. It's also kind of change they have to face, but our school in this week, we adopt a relationship building lessons for the students, and we have the getting to know each other games for them. We hope that we can, through using games or the curriculum provided by Just Feel, using games to get them to know each other, so that they have a sense of safety. Yeah. They can stay in the school, they feel safe, they still feel a sense of belonging. Then they can gradually kind of solve the challenges, kind of like this. Yeah,
that's great. And Jasmine, what do you see? What sorts of challenges have you noticed?
Well, actually, from I've met a few schools in these few days, and what they shared is that usually when they were doing the relationship building lessons, where, we're creating bonding between students, they are quite stable and they do enjoy those activities. But then I also heard that, I met a new school yesterday, and then they said, this year we've got 4 exams. We've got 4 exams every year. I was like, okay, so this is what the students in Hong Kong are facing. I guess socially, they have to, I wouldn't say it only happened, at the start of this year, but actually from half a year ago when holiday school resumed, most students, more conflicts happened because they spend more time in school with their peers. So more conflicts happened, and teachers were kind of worried on, how to solve the conflicts compassionately. So yeah, and I think they don't know how to express themselves properly, or maybe students still quite lack the skills of, self awareness, because they were, Zooming online for so long. I guess social emotional skills kind of lacks in students right now, and they're trying to build it over time, but I'm not sure. I think I'll have to see maybe 3 months into the school year to see more.
Well, let's review this in 3 months' time again, just to see how it goes. Yeah, sorry, Miss Young.
And I think it is important for school to provide space for students to talk to each other, not just only the recess time. Because recess time, 50 minutes, 20 minutes, they have to go to the toilet. They have to refresh themselves. It's just not much time for them to talk to each other. So I think our school actually provide one lesson to have the relationship building lessons for them. We play games. We give them some topic to talk to each other, to share with each other, so that everybody get to know each other better, so that they can have a better relationship. Better relationship, then conflicts will be fewer.
Exactly, and better support system as well. And I think we forget that actually children aren't little adults. You know, their brains operate differently. And a lot of the times there's a lot of information at school being given to them, sort of class after class, and they need some time to process that. And they are not little adults at all. They are actually, it takes them a lot of time. Well, Miss Young and Jasmine, I really, really enjoyed talking to you both today. I really look forward to inviting you back. So I'd just like to say thank you so much for taking the time. I know, Miss Young, you've been so busy with the start of term, and also Jasmine from going to different schools, and also to your wonderful team at Just Feel, Judy, for setting up this interview. I look forward to inviting you back on next time for another update. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.